Hey guys, Script here with another video, and I don't know where Theory got this from, so I'm just going to sort of have him sort of give you the bullet points and give you my take on this, and this is a pretty awful situation if this is real. I will say, I did hear through the grapevine that Star Wars Theory thinks that balance in the Force is equal Sith and Jedi, and I just wanted to say, I'll make one comment on that because I've covered this so many times. So I would think of it this way. So just imagine a scenario where Anakin is supposed to balance the Force. So Anakin and Obi-Wan, they go and they find the two Sith, and they're like, oh, there's two of you dudes? Alright, we're good. We'll just leave you. You guys can remain, and the Force wants you here to kill a whole pile of people, so we'll just leave you. It's balanced now. or you go the other route. We must destroy them, Anakin. Okay, but after we're done, we're gonna kill each other, right? Yeah, and then they murder the Sith, and then they just pop like a poison pill, and they both die. Oh, it's balanced now. It's balanced. Because the Sith isn't a manipulation and twisting of a Force. It's what the Force wants. It wants these crazy manipulative killers just running around everywhere. That's the Force. The Force is awesome. So now that we've established the Force is super cool, you guys got to hear this about the Acolyte. If this is real, this is beyond the pale.
A little while ago. What was the plot leak? It was actually very, very interesting. So I liked it, to be honest. So there was this village. You guys have heard me talk about it a bunch of times. If you haven't, welcome. There's this village. Long story short, the Jedi come, they do their thing, they take the child that is Force sensitive, they say, give me this child. The village says no.
Wait. They come and say, give me this child? Is this how, like, people have seen the Jedi? Like, is this... I never got the impression from the prequel trilogy at all that this is what the Jedi were doing. My take was that they took it up with the kids' parents. I mean, I always thought it was a little stupid that they couldn't see them anymore. But I always assumed they could still see them once in a while. But are we saying that they literally kidnap kids? Is that the route we're going down? So the Jedi are garbage. If that's what they're doing, they're garbage. This is absolutely stupid. Why are they doing this? Why are they making the Jedi bad and the Sith good? How is this going to be compelling? So now when you watch the prequels, and I told you the show is going to ruin the prequels. The flaws that the Jedi already have in the prequels are, you know, way too over the top with attachments. And basically Mace Windu's arrogant. He's the only one who just doesn't believe people and he acts like a jerk, right? All the rest of them are fine. And they got a little too involved with the war, but then they felt like they had to because things were getting way too out of control. And they were manipulated, okay? They did allow themselves to be manipulated, although Yoda says the dark side of the Force is hard to see. And there was 1,000 generations of no Sith. Until this show, of course. Or 1,000 years of no Sith. Now when you watch the prequels and you see sort of the height of the Jedi Order, you're like, oh, look at the kidnappers. And then think of how stupid this is. So that means that, like, guys that were recruiting Jedi, like when Qui-Gon went to Anakin, I got, like, he talked to his mother. He didn't kidnap him. They had an agreement, and she knew it was best for him because he was a slave, and she just, you know, it wasn't like he just kidnapped him, okay? So he didn't kidnap. But what are we saying then? Are we saying that, like, Ki-Adi-Mundi was kidnapped as a child, and then when he grew up, he's like, yeah, let's keep kidnapping kids. I'm going to kidnap kids like I was kidnapped. Like, is that honestly where we're going with this now? And that's okay with you? Theory says he likes it. Do people like that? Do you like that? The Jedi are literally pieces of shite? This is so terrible. They've ruined it, man. I knew it. They ruined the OT cast, and they basically dumped on the OT because everything they did was completely pointless. It did nothing for the galaxy. And then now they're literally taking a dump on the prequels, which I knew was going to happen, but this is really bad. And the Jedi, they're ruining it now. Why would I care about the Jedi now? Why would I watch the George VI movies and give a single crap about the Jedi? Why would I care? Why would you, even if you like the sequels, why would you care about Rey? She comes from an establishment that kidnapped kids. Like, what?
They say, no, we have to take the child. It's Force sensitive. This is what we do. We kidnap babies with Force sensitivity. And they're like, okay,
what?
You're a kid, but you're going to have to...
We kidnap babies with Force sensitivity. How do they know a baby has Force sensitivity? He can't be talking about a baby. It's got to be something a bit older than that. He's got to be wrong on that. A baby is a baby. But then again, right, they put it in Tales of the Jedi. Ahsoka uses the Force to tame the beast. And she's like a literal 1-year-old. And then you got Grogu running around who's 50, but he's the equivalent of a baby. He can hardly walk. He pukes up his own food. He doesn't speak, but he's able to block a gigantic fireball from destroying everybody. So they're doubling and tripling, quadrupling. This is honestly the only thing left with Star Wars is to laugh at how utterly stupid it's become. These people are idiots.
Protect us from the raid, which comes every so often from these evil beings who like ransack and kill everyone in the village.
Wait. So the deal is, give us your baby, but you got to protect us from the raid. Wow, this is retarded. This is the exchanges the Jedi are making, I guess. And if they kill everybody in the village, then there's no village left to raid. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense either. If they know the raid is coming, then that means it's come before, which means they haven't all been killed, which means the raids continue, so they're not killing everybody. So again, I think he might be wrong on that, but either way, that's... If you let us kidnap your baby, we'll protect you from the raid. It's like... This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And Yoda's alive! Yoda's part of this! Yoda's like the grand machismo. He's like the grand poobah in this era. So, like, he's for this too. Oh, great. You know, they didn't totally destroy Yoda yet until now. Now they're going to just completely ruin him. I heard rumors that in the High Republic he's a bit of a dip, and he, like, forces people into, like, categories of Force usage and stupid crap. But this, being part of kidnapping kids... Like, the Jedi would just help the villagers with a raid no matter what, even if there was no Force sensitive. Like, that's what the Jedi do. Oh, there's raiders that come here and kill a bunch of people? Hey, man, let us know. We'll come help you. That's what they're supposed to do. They're guardians of peace. They're not supposed to be making bartering deals and only protecting the village if they can get some baby out of there that's supposedly Force sensitive, even though it's a baby. Oh, my word. This is going to be the worst one. This is going to be worse than Mando season. This is going to be worse than Kenobi. This is going to be the worst show they've ever done. Ow! Amazing. This is amazing.
So we need you to protect us if we give you this trade of our child. And so they both agreed, mutual transaction. They take the Force-sensitive child, who happens to be the sister of one of the kids in the village who they didn't take, who at the time wasn't Force-sensitive.
What does that even mean? If the sister's a baby and she has a brother and he's alive, wouldn't they be able to sense his Forceness too if they're sensing some baby?
But then we see that she eventually does become Force sensitive. So what happens is, the raiders come to the village, the Jedi are nowhere to be found, they do not uphold their end of the bargain.
This is so awful. You know, I've reached a point where it's like, I'm excited now. Because if any of you have watched my reviews, you know, like, it's literally like, it's hilarity. Like, it is so bad, it's hilarious. So the Jedi didn't. So they took the Force sensitive child, who's I guess the main character's character, and then they just didn't defend the village. There's like bazillions of Jedi everywhere. There's thousands of them everywhere. We even see a clip in the trailer where there must be like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of them, all in one shot with their lightsabers, and they just leave them. Nah. I don't feel like it. Hey, Vic, do you want to go over to that village and just, like, deal with these stupid raiders, whatever? I'm watching the game! I'm not doing that. Like, it's just... Oh, man. This is the worst. This is unreal. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at the people involved with it.
Except for, apparently, the one sister who was not taken by the Jedi.
Oh, sorry, the sister... That's the main character that wasn't taken... Wait. So they do kill the entire... So, wait. So they say that raiders are coming and they kill everybody, but yet there's still people there. And then the raiders do come and kill everybody, except for this chick. But if they're, like, coming around all the time, again, you can't kill everybody or there's no one to raid. This makes no sense. Please tell me this is wrong, because this is so... stupid. Yeah, and then they take the girl, and then she's trained by some Sith guy or non-Jedi, right? The Dark Jedi, because they might not be a Sith. That's the other argument guys make on Twitter. It's like, he's not a Sith, he's a Dark Jedi. He only does every single thing Sith do. But then he says, I'm not a Sith. Oh, okay, well, since you didn't label yourself one, I guess you're not one. You get to decide what you are, even though you're literally behaving and acting and saying all the things that Sith say. But because you said, I'm not one, that means you're not. You're a Dark Jedi. What a stupid concept. Like, this is so stupid. So you just get to decide what you are, even though you're behaving a certain way. So, like, I could go rob a candy store and come back to my house, and the police knock on the door, and they say, you just robbed a store. And I can say, well, that doesn't mean I'm a thief. I'm not a thief just because I robbed a store. I didn't say I was a thief, so that means I'm not. That's like such a modern, like, stupid way of looking at things. Oh, Lord help us.
And he ends up having so much hatred towards them for not saving them and allowing her whole family, her whole village to go up in flames.
So that's how Headland decided to make a dark side character, was to make the Jedi look like complete and utter pieces of crap and kidnapping kids and not saving people, which was literally their whole thing. They're protectors of the peace. That's what she came up with to justify this chick being mad at the Jedi. That was her the best she could come up with, was destroy the entirety of the Jedi Order and make them complete idiots and sick and twisted, actually. Very, very evil, sick and twisted, so that could justify this chick being mad at them. There's nothing else you could think of, Leslie? That's it? That's the best you could come up with? Because there's lots of other stories in Star Wars about Darksiders that they don't have to make the Jedi look like complete and other pieces of crap to come up with a way for this person to be bitter. You look at guys like Dooku and some of these guys, there's certainly a better and more complicated approach you could have taken. But you didn't, because you don't care about George's prequels, you don't care about Star Wars lore, you're just terrible. And so I'm guessing now she's probably going to infiltrate the Jedi and be a fake Jedi and then kill a bunch of them or some stupid thing.
To die from these raiders, whoever they are. And so she vows to destroy the Jedi, every single one of them, until the day she dies.
Oh, good. She's kill them all. Oh, this show sucks.
And so there is someone that comes in, he's a dark sider, and he takes her and notices the darkness in her and essentially takes her under his wing and kind of trains her in this ability. And I think that person is probably Daphne Keene. So either she's the good sister or the bad sister. So there are going to be two sisters. One's light, one's dark. They're eventually both going to come together.
Oh, it's two sisters. My bad. I thought it was a boy and a girl.
Together and either fight, or they're going to join and fuse, and then they're going to defeat Janemba. No, I'm just kidding. They're either going to fight each other or they're going to go against a much larger...
Yeah, but if they're killing all these Jedi... Now, in the trailer, they show her with a switchblade killing Jedi, which is so ridiculous. Like, as if they wouldn't be able to stop that. If she's killing all these Jedi, and then we see the red lightsaber and everything like that, like, this goes against OT lore, like I've said before. Like, you can't... There was no Sith for 1,000 years. But he's not a Sith. He doesn't say he's a Sith. He's a Dark Jedi. So that makes it okay. This show sucks so bad, and it hasn't even come out yet.
Opposition, and that could either be the one that trained the darker sister, or it could be something else entirely. Plagueis drops in and just kills everyone.
Yeah, let's bring Plagueis in and just ruin him. I hope they do.
New sister, the dark one, says, screw you, Palpatine, you're too weak. It is time for me to go for this new one.
No.
Here, and we're going to go with that, and then now Palpatine is going to be a good guy, and he's going to join the Jedi, and he's going to be a apprentice to Yoda. That could be a great fanfiction. So, yeah, no, look, this, I think, makes total sense. I think that's what the actual plot leak is. I mean, just the fact that she, kind of told us what she's really enamored by was like these two sisters, and when she wanted to pitch her original idea.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, that's just atrocious. It stomps on everything. It's like a giant foot to the face, just stepping on you over and over and over and over again as a fan. That's literally what it is. And I mean, what did you expect from these people that Kathleen Kennedy hires? She hires the people that have absolutely no business being in this space. Leslie Headland is a somebody who makes television and films that center almost completely on sex. That's all she talks about. That's all she does. That's all she talks about herself. Most of her interviews, including at the last Star Wars conference or whatever, it was all about her. Me, I. Every answer. She's just a total narcissist. And this is what you get. You get somebody who thinks that when you're a narcissist, you think, well, my story's going to be the best ever, even if I have to change what George did, because it's me. That's how they think, right? Kennedy's the same way. And so, guys, this is going to be really bad, but I'll have fun mocking it. I mean, I love mocking these garbage shows. It's great. But let me know in the comment section what you think. Are you guys excited for this? Are you excited for the Jedi to be finally and once and for all completely murdered by Disney, like what they really are and what they were supposed to be when George created them. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. And check out anything else on my channel and have yourselves a really good day.